Terrific. All right. We are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Talk Chef. I am one of your hosts, Reka.
I'm your other host, Jordan.
And today we have a very special guest, the wonderful, talented Allie Beardsley. Hey, Allie.
Hey, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you. Hey,
hey, you know what? From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Allie, out of curiosity, were you a Top Chef viewer?
No, so I thought I had seen Top Chef, but it was just one of the million other cooking shows that I guess was very much like modeled after Top Chef.
Yes, because Top Chef is it's from 2006 in the early era of like cooking shows. Okay. Now, I didn't clear this question with you. Is it okay to say that one of your parents is a chef?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
What kind?
My dad is a French chef, and so this entire show was extremely triggering.
Wow, I know that people are French chefs, obviously, but to hear someone say that they know a French chef does feel like a lie. It feels unreal. I'm like, a French chef? What is that, a cartoon?
By choice?
Yeah, by birth. It's so crazy.
Whoa, well, that's cool. Did your dad make all kinds of good French food growing up?
That's always the question, and unfortunately, no. It's like you leave it all at work. It's very like I think now having friends who work in food service, I'm like, oh, like it shines such a light on like my dad's behavior. I'm like, oh yeah, you work until the dead of night for like awful people, and then you just need to like, you know, shake it all off and like go drink or whatever. And so I'm like, oh yeah, like my dad came home just in the dead of night and was like asleep all like late into the day. Like he had a very like freelancer's schedule. Like
wow.
Get up at like 10 or 11. Most people's dads are like up at 4 chopping wood.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Total call out. Wow.
Oh wow. That's your dad, Reka. And from stories I've heard.
Yeah. Well, Allie, we're so pumped to have you here. A couple of orders of business, as you guys know, if you're a returning viewer. Talk Chef is a charity-based show. Every week we raise money for a food-based charity. And this week's no different, but slight little catch. This season, we are raising money for the Hollywood Food Coalition all season long. Normally, we would change up the charity every week, but all season long, we're going to give as much support as we can to the Hollywood Food Coalition because they do a lot of work.
Yeah, and
go ahead.
They're very excited. We reached out. They're so excited we're doing this. Reka and I actively volunteer there. And once again, if anyone's interested, I volunteer every Saturday and Sunday night. If anyone ever wants to come, you can DM me as long as you're not like, I don't know, too much of a pervert. I would love to have you.
Not too much. If you're like this one,
there's a gradient of perversion.
Yeah, perversion is a spectrum. And it's like
y'all are acting like you don't know what I'm talking about. But if it would be psychotic of me to say, if you're a pervert at all, don't come, because people need help.
Most of our viewers are perverts. Let's be honest, most of our viewers are.
That's what I'm saying. And
on
you
the
know
scale
what?
of you reply to all my stories with like the eyes, that emoji of like the eyes that are.
Yes. Or
that's
you go,
okay.
Okay, to like something that's a joke.
Fine. Yeah, and I think we've all been a pervert at moments.
Yeah.
I'll say
Definitely.
it. So if you're with that, then I would love to have you come with me to volunteer. You can DM us. You can also look at their website, Hollywood Food Coalition. But we've already raised, I think, almost $200 for them, if not more. So it's very exciting. They're very excited. COVID seems to have no end in sight, especially for people who are struggling with housing. So we need to give them as much help as possible. They typically do food, but we've also been doing like blankets and tents and whatever else we can give to people. So they're great.
And if you do want to make a donation, Jordan is fielding all of the donations into her Venmo handle so that we can kind of get a group tally. So her handle is at JORDANMYR1CK. That's going to be put in the chat all throughout the show. It's also in the info for this video. That's the first order of business. That's all I got to say about that. But there is a second secret order of business, Sally, that we didn't tell you about. There is a pervert here. No. You're right. You're very unpervert.
There is your cousin who comments the fire emoji on all your stories.
Just like every episode of Top Chef, has a quick fire. So does every episode of Talk Chef. So quick fire, for those new to Top Chef, is just short mini challenges in the beginning of each episode. And we got one for you, baby.
What? Everyone hated the quick fire. I started from the beginning of this season and everyone was like, this quick fire sucks. Like,
sorry. Well, you're going to like ours because ours has higher stakes and really cool prizes. So,
wow.
The stakes are
immunity.
And you will get immunity from coronavirus if you
Oh my God. Wow. A vaccine.
You'll get, Jordan and I hold the only 2 doses of the vaccine available in Los Angeles County, the ones they're not giving to other people.
Incredible.
And so you will have 45 seconds to answer 10 questions. They're not trivia questions. They're just like food preference based questions. It's the fastest quickfire in Top Chef history.
Wow.
But the prize, as we said, is the vaccine that I have in a little cooler over here. I hope it's still
smallest cooler I've ever seen.
Yeah, I've been popping it open. I've been keeping LaCroix and stuff in there. I hope it's still good. But
I put some soup in there to cool it down. The soup was too hot.
I made a hot soup, but then I was like, I'd rather have gazpacho, so I popped it in there.
Because it's a clam chowder.
It's actually a clam.
Oh wow!
So it will make me sick, and I might need to take the vaccine after.
Yeah,
but
so okay, cool.
Get these 10 questions. The prizes are incredible. In addition to what we just said, you will win a deed to the Terlato Wine Vineyard, which is a wine I've only seen advertised on Top Chef. It's a wine we've asked Top Chef contestants about who've been on the show, and they say it's bad.
It's gross. And in fact, we tried to purchase Terlato wine just to try it for this show. And it can no longer be purchased anywhere in America from what we have.
It's in the Disney vault. It's in the Disney vault. It's gone. We can't have it.
It's in the Disney vault.
It's in the Disney vault with his frozen head.
Wow.
The smallest size available is 4,000 gallons. And you could win that deed.
Wow.
To that vineyard. The second prize you could win is straight out of the Top Chef kitchen, your own suite of broken GE appliances. We're talking ovens that change temperature. Hey, who put this on cool down? I put this on 375. This fryer oil is a little too warm. Now my potatoes are soggy. You can win all of that, Allie, if you complete this quick fire.
You know what's just a really small interjection is, so we've talked about one man in my life. Now my stepdad, he fixes GE appliances for his whole job. So give me these prizes, baby. He works at Sears.
Ellie, you simply must connect him to the producers of Top Chef because he will make a fortune.
He would love it. Wow. He would fucking love it.
Wow, that's incredible. And I just do want to say, Allie, people are popping into the chat to have us tell you that the current record holder for the quickest quickfire is Brennan.
Brennan?
Yes.
Mulligan.
Oh, wow. Okay, great.
And people wanted us to tell you that. I think they think it might light a little fire under you, maybe.
It really does. It really does. What is his record? Like seconds?
I think it was like 32 seconds of the 45 seconds or something like that, 30 seconds. Granted, some of his answers were like,
we're wrong, we're lies. We're not
We're
correct.
Wrong and we're lies. Okay, great. Okay,
so say that.
So
great.
You know, the choice is yours. So I'm gonna start the timer.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's really anxiety inducing. Jordan's gonna give you 10 questions. I will start the timer when she completes question 1. Are you ready?
Okay. What is your favorite citrus fruit?
Lemon.
Howie or Joey?
Howie.
Your number 1 comfort food?
Potatoes.
A crawfish is dropped on the floor. What do you do?
Help it.
Is there a food you find disgusting?
Mayonnaise, but not Kewpie.
Have you ever been fishing?
Yes.
Quick fire or elimination challenge?
quick fire, I guess.
Is upscale barbecue an oxymoron?
Yes.
Were they grilling or were they barbecuing?
They were grilling some of them.
How hot are Jordan and Reka?
So hot.
Oh. Wow.
That was like 36 seconds. That's pretty good. I
Wow.
really don't remember Brennan's
I
time.
don't remember what Brennan's
And
was.
also, Allie's answers felt more
Genuine.
correct.
Wow.
I will tell you, one of Brennan's answers, we asked, what it was something like, what's your favorite diner food if they're out of? Oh, I said if a diner is out of black coffee and chocolate milkshakes, what do you drink? And he goes, chocolate milkshake. I go to a different diner.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
One of the things, it was like, what's your favorite this kind of food? And he went, food. So
Yeah. A little
wow.
bit. You know, Brennan's a good guy, and we like Brennan a lot. He's a friend of the show, but I think that yours qualifies significantly more. I'll say.
So
Thank you. Does
Okay.
that mean that we split the deed to Tribbiani's wine cellar?
Tribbiani's wine, and you have to
Tribbiani's
split the coronavirus vaccine. One
Wow.
per person.
Yeah.
Well, you know, one vaccine gets you 60% immune, and that's enough. Okay, I don't need the 90%.
Yeah. That's
Diminishing
Yeah, you're not
returns, so that's
Let me
fine.
just- oh no, I dropped the vaccine on the ground.
Wait, I was banking on that. I just licked a shoe.
Oh my gosh. This is so embarrassing because we had vaccine last week, and right before the episode, Rika sat on it.
I sat on it. It went up my asshole.
Yeah, that's what happens to everything I sit on.
Yeah.
My chair.
Rika sits in a way that, yeah. We cannot air the way that Rika sits on a chair on YouTube.
Yeah, great. Just a constant state of being lubed up is how I live my life.
Exactly. So speaking of lubed up, let's get into this quick fire. So episode 3 starts with a quick fire that's all about citrus, which I think is fun. They're in Florida. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about this quick fire other than, they're in Florida. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I went back an episode.
Yeah.
Because I just really wanted to know. I wanted to see like the initial intro of these people because I was like, what is going on? Who's gay? And I went back and still really unanswered. But other than Ed Hardy, bird lesbian. But
Sandy, bird
coming back, we'll come back to her, I'm sure. A big fan.
We will.
But Anthony Bourdain was on the episode.
Yes.
The earlier one.
He was on a bunch, in the first 8 seasons of the show pretty regularly.
Whoa.
What I will say about homosexual contestants is on this season there are, I believe, 2. There's Dale
and Sandy.
I fucking knew it. I got gaydar from Dale. There's like a macho-ness to this mohawk that I'm like,
absolutely
early 2000s gay male.
Absolutely, 100%. And then Sandy, this is a really fun fact. Many seasons later, Sandy and her wife or her fiance, I'm not sure which one it is, they do a big wedding where they either marry or renew the vows of 50 queer
Padma
couples.
Lakshmi officiates 50 gay marriages.
Can we have anything? What is going on? Why is there this big batch? Wait, what?
Yes, but multiple.
That's supposed to be quaint and beautiful?
Honestly, okay, I'm a
less
lesbian.
is more. Okay, all right.
It was season 13, and the whole thing is
it's nice.
Yes.
It is? Okay, I trust you because
it's very sweet. I think if that were my wedding, I would like a second wedding.
Yeah, of course. I think realistically what it was is because it's Art Smith, who is a very famous chef. He used to be Oprah's private chef. He and his husband were renewing their vows. And then there's another contestant from the season after this or 2 seasons after this that I noticed in the time, he and his partner are there. And I think Sandy and her wife maybe they're getting newly married, but they're a little bit older. They seem like they've been together for a while. So I think that a lot of people were probably doing like vow renewals, and then they catered the whole thing, and it was in like Santa Barbara.
Okay.
It was.
I'm down for like a mass gay people in one place kind of feeling. Like it's like, oh, finally we're the majority in this setting, and I'm sure that was beautiful.
Many years after gay marriage has been legalized in most places, so it's like, I think it was more like, oh, this is nice, and not like, finally we can do this.
You know I think I'm just super salty, and I'm kind of like, we're not accepting scraps anymore. Can you imagine any hetero couple being like, we're all gonna show up and get married all at the same time, all 50 of us?
Sure.
Like there's no fucking way.
Good food show host.
Yeah, and in that way, you are right. I don't know. I need you to watch.
No, but
we'll talk.
I'm sure it was great. Okay, great. Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's talk about these quick fire dishes.
Okay, these.
Oh right.
Quick fire dishes. Okay.
Oh yeah, I wrote notes.
Okay, I simply love that. So we'll run through them real quick, and Allie, if you have anything to interject on any of these, truly just interrupt.
Cool.
We just do a quick thumbs up, thumbs down. The criteria, very loose. It can be like, does that sound good to you? Do you think it sounds like a top chef dish? Whatever you want. So CJ, the tallest man in the world, made pan-seared sea perch with carrots, radicchia, oranges, and hazelnuts.
Sure.
I said fine, sure. I don't know.
Yum.
Casey,
it looks pretty good.
It looked good. Casey made a play on s'mores with vanilla tequila cream, blood orange, and key lime.
I think she got shafted. He was like, this doesn't taste like citrus. It's like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Go drink a lemonade, little man.
And that's what you see cut out of Casey's response. Sandy Birdsong makes a trio of citrus: a key lime mojito, bruleed grapefruit with shrimp, and sea bass encrusted with an orange marmalade and Scotch bonnet peppers. This sounds.
I have to say yes.
This sounds good. I think like trios general. I don't know if you can call. I guess whenever someone counts their drink as like part of their meal, I'm like, you are getting judged on it, but like, just don't even put it.
It did look bad.
Yes.
Like with the big flour in it, and then there was some floating mint, so that kind of looked like the flour had been there for a few days.
Yes, and the cup was like the size of a test tube. So I'm like,
yes,
if there's that much mint in a cup that's like this, like
it didn't look cold either. Like if it was kind of like chilled, like a frosted glass, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna drink kind of a mojito.
It would be like the syrup that you use to make like that shit at home. Okay, Micah made a spicy avocado citrus soup with red grapefruit.
Oh yeah, wait, that was bad.
When it was just like said, I was like, oh, okay, sure. And then when I saw it, and then when she said it ended up more like a pudding, I was like, ooh.
Yep, that was the exact word. I was like, oh yeah, I've tried to whip avocado before, and you can like slice it, like something breaks. It's like a fluff. The journey that she takes us on of like loving her and absolutely hating her and like being so annoyed just in these 2 episodes is incredible.
Yes. She's really interesting. She's someone where I feel like, not to spoil, I mean, but if you're here, you're here for spoilers, but like, and also this aired in 2007. But she's someone I would have been interested to see how she like performed later in the season. Even though she's very up and down, but she's.
Yeah. I loved, like, I don't know if we're going to cover this later, so not to jump ahead, but I loved the non-Americans just like absolutely dunking on American food the whole time. Like she's just like, I'm from South Africa and beans are disgusting in America or whatever. Yeah. Like, you know, like.
Even when Hung was like, comfort food to me is like fish, rice, like this all looks like shit. I'm like, here's my thing. I'm like, that stuff all looks like the kind of worst version of all of those things. On purpose, like for the drama. Yeah, totally. It's all the same color beige. It all looks like it was fucking pooped onto the plate. Like, yeah, it all looked.
The things were like, everyone was like, oh, blah, blah. I'm like, tacos are on this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like tacos, or like the last thing chosen was fried chicken and macaroni. I was like, Are y'all okay?
I could not believe tacos and fried chicken were chosen. I know for fried chicken, I assume it's because it's like hard to make a good fried chicken for like these kind of people, like the esteemed chefs. Tacos, I was like, how is tacos not the first thing out?
To update a classic and you just have the concept tacos, like so many people have done a fusion take, like, yeah, totally.
And you know what the first thing that was taken was? Sloppy Joes with tater That was, I would say, one of the more
crazy,
unhinged kind of reveals of a challenge. It felt, I was like,
let me ask you,
what?
So I was introduced to Sloppy Joes later in life, but when I on my
in my sunset years,
my golden is tater tots. Is that like customary? Is that like burger and fries, Sloppy Joe and tater tots, or is that just them trying to make a side dish to it?
I think it's kind of like cafeteria-y. Like we always had tater tots in the cafeteria, and we always had Sloppy Joes in the cafeteria. So I think they were trying to, I don't know.
They're trying to do something. Okay.
They're trying to do a theme.
Yes. Okay. Hopping really quick back to these quick fires. Oh my God, no worries. Leah made crab salad with sourdough croutons and a grapefruit vinaigrette. That's not
what this was. Sure.
Some of these they blew by really fast, and that's all like, oh, this person neither wins nor loses in this episode.
Totally. Yeah.
Dale made a citrus salad with watercress, endive, fennel, lemon, poppy seed, and goat cheese.
Yeah.
I would eat this. It looked kind of weird. It looked like because the thick sauce, it was like too thick.
Oh yeah.
It looked like a big squab of yogurt or something on the bottom, but I'm sure it tasted good. Sarah made blood orange and tangelo citrus salad with shrimp, honey, tangerine, vinaigrette. Yeah, right. Hung made slow roasted sea bass, citrus crumble, watercress, and a radish salad.
My issue with this is it's not slow roasted.
Jordan, they had 20 minutes. It's that's like
wow.
Organic and then Padma will be like, oh, did you get these like from a farm or whatever? They're like
fresh coconut.
Yeah, fresh coconut. She's like, we had fresh coconut, and they're like, no, it's from a can. So then it's
my God.
Also, I think just to once again rectify what I said earlier, I think Hung is bisexual. Reka,
yes.
Hey, bitch.
I don't think he was not out during this time.
No. I feel like you can tell too. He like performs masculinity in a way.
He made some joke about women,
yeah.
And I'm like, now that I know that he's bi, I'm like, oh, okay. I see you. You're
yes.
We're Asian. We're nervous about talking about these things. Just South Asian perspective, Hung. I'm with you.
Honestly, love Hung. I feel like he's trying to do the kind of like I'm an asshole thing, and so all of his interviews are really annoying, like his talking heads. But then watching him interact with people is incredibly sweet, and I love him. So when I was paying attention to that, I was like, oh, I love this guy.
I am a big Hung fan. I think the only thing with him, he reminds me of like a little kid who's like in a candy factory. He's just so passionate about cooking that he cannot control his energy. He's like running around like a lunatic sometimes.
Yes.
I can see how that would be annoying if I was in a kitchen with him.
Yeah.
But watching him, great. Okay. Trey made raw king salmon with macadamia nut pesto. I'm here for a pesto. I'm here for a macadamia.
So here.
Howie made vanilla butter poached lobster tail and citrus salad. Okay.
Ooh.
Giving me vanilla.
I know.
Talked about
okay, that's true. That's true.
So we talked about this with Elon, who said that vanilla actually goes very well with lobster, which I don't have a conception of what lobster tastes like, but I hate when vanilla is in things it doesn't belong in.
Yeah. It feels like you're at Starbucks.
Yeah, it feels like a dessert. Maybe it's a disservice to vanilla. It's like, hey, sorry, we associate this with ice cream and like dessert.
I think it's a little bit trying too hard for me. And I trust Elon. I believe Elon. We're friends now. He comments on some of my Instagram posts. We're friends.
He does?
Yay!
Like comedy stuff. He'll be like, this is funny. And I'm like, okay. So that's kind of cool. I'm always the least famous person on this show, so that does feel like my one flex, which is nice. I'll just, being friends.
Wow, I'm extremely jealous.
Wow, yeah.
Got her. Fuck you, Reka. No, but so I trust him, but I'm like, I don't want vanilla. That doesn't sound good to me. But I don't like lavender in food. I don't want desserty essences near my lobster, which should just taste like ocean and butter.
Okay. And Allie, how do you feel?
I agree. I missed the vanilla part. The rest of it sounded delicious.
Well, you ain't gonna miss it later because that bitch comes back.
That bitch comes back again and again and again.
Malarkey makes Alaskan halibut with blood orange and pomegranate molasses. This looked like shit to me, but it sounded
I don't remember this one at all, so I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, that's fine. Joey made a fennel salad with blood oranges, watermelon, and Grand Marnier shooter.
Joey, people constantly trying to steal his ideas, his big shot on a plate ideas.
The amount of times he talks about being from New York, I'm like, methinks doth protest too much.
Yes.
You're not.
Joey reminds me of a lot of the people. So I grew up in South Florida, and Joey reminds me of a lot of the people I grew up in South Florida with, where it's like, we're like in Miami and they're like very like, I'm from New York. And I'm like, okay. Like,
you're like, we were born together.
Yeah. I'm like, you're my sister. So infatuated with being from New York, and like, that is what Joey reminds me of. Every time I start to say his name, I'm like, his name can't be Joey. That's
Tribbiani.
I'm getting things mixed up. Unfortunately, I love Joey. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Earlier.
But I fucking loved Joey. I was just kind of like, yeah, put this guy in the food world. You know why? I think because like Action Bronson, do you guys ever watch any like Fuck That's Delicious, all of that stuff? He has this like absolute like brute of a like nightmare guy look, and then when he talks you're like, oh my gosh, he's really interested in like beautiful things, and he's like a very open person. So I think I was kind of like, it was a little bit of transference on Joey, where I was like, what if he's secretly really in touch with his feminine side? Wouldn't that be cool?
My guess would be no, but I think that's nice.
Yeah, that's a very nice benefit of the doubt to give someone.
Yeah.
Joey, I don't know, he was just like such a character immediately, and I was just kind of like, yes. And then he's already getting in fights and being like, you plagiarized me. I'm like, off of a shot with Grand Marnier. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Plagiarized. Oh my God. It's insane. We don't ever get to know what Sarah and Camille made. So, which, that means they're not going to be in the bottom or the top. So the bottom of this quick fire: Sarah, Sandy, Micah, top, CJ, hung, Trey, winner, hung. And for whatever reason, your lemonade little man said, for today and only today, hung, you are the winner. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. That means that they fucked in the hotel lobby bathroom and then found out that he was the judge.
You're right, Allie. Holy shit, I can't believe I didn't see that.
It's okay. It's okay.
Honestly, I've been to Norm's and it's fine.
What's Norm's?
Ooh, wait. Restaurant. Oh, I was like, Norm's the like Denny's?
Yeah. I want to touch on something. I have been to Norm's and
I want to touch on something.
No, that dude's restaurant is called Norm's or Norman's. I can't remember, but it's like named after him. And it's in Florida, and it's like fine. So I'm like,
was that the like Sistine Chapel plater? Is that what they said about him? I think they were like, his plating is incredible.
Oh,
maybe.
I don't know.
No, probably. I wasn't impressed by that man. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. Just a weird thing for him to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, who are your guys' favorite? I guess you've seen the whole season, but who are your favorites?
I love this question. My favorites. I love Dale. I love Hung. I love Casey. I love Trey.
Yeah, same.
And
it feels like you're forgetting someone, Rachel.
DJ.
Feels like maybe you're forgetting someone, your celebrity crush, CJ.
Okay.
Wait.
No. Okay, here's the thing. So when I watch the season, I'm like, whoa, CJ's really cute. And then I flash forward to 2020, and he has an Indian girlfriend. And I go, okay.
And you go, okay, you're coming on to me.
And I go, okay. Okay, you're sliding into my DMs. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Who the fuck? Hold on.
I wouldn't
also
say...
just a reminder, this is also an example of a couple where Rachel will send me a picture of them because it's a very tall white person and who looks weird and an attractive Indian woman and say it's us, similar to Michael Voltaggio and his beautiful Indian girlfriend.
Oh, I don't think Michael Voltaggio's girlfriend is Indian. I think she's just brown or tan. See, anybody who's got a tan girlfriend, I'm sending that picture to Jordan and saying us.
I completely forgot who CJ was, and then I just looked it up. Okay, Larry Bird, essentially.
Yeah, it's Larry Bird. He's sort of the Larry Bird of season 3 of Top Chef.
Absolutely. But Rachel loves him. Pretty much the same as everyone. Watching this season this time around, I'm like, I do feel like Trey is overrated. I like his personality. Sorry. Well, but I remember when I watched this season when it was on TV, I was like, how did Trey not win the whole show? And now rewatching it, I'm like, oh, he does make like a lot of missteps early on. And like, I think he's good, but he's not like what I had built him up to be in my mind.
Yeah, I guess I skipped ahead and was so shocked that he wasn't in it that I didn't trust the show anymore. Like, having Hung still be in there, it felt like the two of them were going to be like neck and neck till the end. So I'm kind of like, whoa.
There is a thing that I've noticed about some the cis male chef testants on the show where they'll be like, I'm a beast in the kitchen, I'm this, that, whatever. And the first dish they make is good. And so as a viewer, you go, they are a beast in the kitchen, they're great.
Wow.
And the 5 dishes they make fucking suck.
Yeah.
But you never adjust because they keep going like, they call me the leopard because I fucking pounce on grapes or whatever.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, wait, who's the guy who keeps not finishing stuff? Howie. That's my father. Like literally, that is Edward. And he just keeps going like, I didn't finish. And you're like, oh, like, Dad.
I love
like, for sure.
That's
so sweet. I love that. Yes. Yeah, I think Rita's very right. I never really thought about that like that, but I think that's very true. And then a lot of times too, they'll just be like, I thought that dish was great. Like if they're in the bottom, they won't be like, yeah, I messed up. But like, I thought that dish was great. I thought that was like killer dish. I don't know what their
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's it. But I like Trey. But I love Casey and I love Dale and I love Hung. Same as Rika, I would say.
Yeah. Wow. Our first agreement.
First ever.
Okay, so elimination. We kind of talked about this in the quickfire, but like the elimination challenge was to cook high-end barbecue for a glamorous champagne barbecue thrown by Lee Schrager and sponsored by a charcoal company.
That was the part with Hung where he's like, Lee Schrager's the man. He has so many women. He's my idol. Oh boy, this guy needs to freaking do some morning pages and get that stuff on the page and stop saying it out loud.
Incredible. Beautiful. Okay, so this challenge, we kind of talked about it, but like, it was, I don't know the intricacies of barbecuing, but a thing I hear on this show a lot is like, that's not barbecuing, that's grilling. This was grilling. I think barbecuing is like a big ordeal, hours and like 10 hours of
real barbecue would never be sponsored by Coleman or whatever. What was that like charcoal company that they all had to use?
Bird charcoal. It's that bag that looks like a fucking flour bag.
It's like self-lighting charcoal. Like no one's using that like in real barbecue. Yeah, totally. Another thing I'll say, I mean, all of these shows are so stupid with their like ad placement and being like, but the thing that I found so funny is all of the insert shots of people loading their stuff into like intricate Tupperware containers. I'm like, if you've ever met someone who works in a restaurant, all they use are those big to-go things. Like no one's loading their shit in a tiny little square branded Tupperware.
Yeah.
Like everyone has those big, they're drinking water out of that thing. They're like using it for change. Like those things are all over your house when you work at one restaurant.
Yes. A lot of the Top Chef prize money comes from like sponsored by Hefty, sponsored by Glad.
Oh yeah, they were like, we're all gonna clean up with these Hefty bags.
Yes, yeah. Wow, I'm so glad they're scented.
Oh my god.
And Elaine pointed out that Charcoal's brand is Kingsford.
Kingsford, yes, Elaine.
I don't even know if they use charcoal for real barbecuing, right? Don't they use types of wood to give it a certain flavor?
Totally.
So I have a bone to pick with.
Same. They put a ton of charcoal in there. Wait, who's the woman who's Micah like sprays almost a whole thing of like lighter fluid onto the like already coated with lighter fluid briquettes. I'm just like, this is gonna taste disgusting.
Hell yeah. And it looks like it did. So,
yeah.
not for Micah. Micah ended up on the top. So actually, let's run through these glamorous dishes. So Camilla made grilled swordfish with chorizo and an artichoke potato salad.
Oh,
there. Yeah. Micah made, I wrote lamp. I believe it's lamb with grilled halloumi and pomegranate sauce.
Right. Wait, this was like the most bullshit artist moment ever. Like Micah's like, I'm thinking about my kid, which I respect. I'm like, all of these like male contestants are like, and anyway, all about the kitchen. I know nothing about them. She's like, I have a kid. And I'm like, beautiful.
Yeah.
But there's that moment in the grocery store where she's like, I just looked up and it said lamb is on sale and I bought it. And then with the judges later, she's like, where I come from, you don't have a barbecue without lamb. It's
yeah,
like,
I know.
What are you fucking liar?
Yeah. I knew.
Make this like a cultural thing.
The moment you said the challenge, I thought, lamb, Micah, lamb.
I thought, lamb is on sale probably.
The moment Tom Colicchio walked into the room, I saw a vision.
Yeah.
That's so Raven, and I saw
That's so Raven, but the whole show is about sales at the grocery store.
Listening.
Oh.
That's very funny. Leah made a lettuce wrap with grilled shrimp and a couscous salad.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Casey made strip steak, smoked cheddar polenta, bacon wrapped shrimp, and a little tomato salad. That sounds fun. Yeah. CJ made New York steak with salt baked pineapple, lentil puree, and dirty rice.
Oh yeah, that looked good.
All this stuff looked good. Sarah made Vietnamese barbecue with pine nuts, radish, and cucumber salad. This salad,
that one looked really fucking good.
I will say, to me, the plates she was handing out looked better than the plated shot. The plated shot had like 3 pine nuts on, or it looked like a little.
Whoa.
This is before they mastered the like food porn shots, I would say.
Because a lot of it looks really bad.
Yes.
In like their insert shots.
Yes, I think in the next season and then until now, present day, they kind of really lean into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one looked good, and you just love to root for her because she's like, "This is bad. I'm lost.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
What am I doing?"
I forgot. I like Sarah. I'll add her to my list.
I love Sarah.
Yeah.
That's another hung moment where he helps her and he's like, "Hey, you did the math wrong. Like, don't get that much meat."
Oh my god, when she was like, "I'll take
$500 worth of strip steak."
$100 worth.
Also, Dale and Sarah went to live together for a long time after the show. They're like best friends.
Like truly for like ever. Yeah. Isn't that cute?
I'm dead. All of the like them in the hot tub, different people. It's so fun for me to see who smokes cigarettes, which is a lot of like a surprising number of the cast. There will just
my
be an insert shot, and Sarah's like, like puts one out, like gotta go. You're like, wait, what?
Also, can I say every hot tub shot from this time period on TV makes the hot tub look absolutely rank to me. Like that hot tub looked fucking disgusting.
Wait, what are you talking about?
It's always packed. They've never shown a Top Chef hot tub shot without them just being skin to skin.
It's like no less than 20 people in a hot tub.
Like more contestants than there are on the show. Somehow.
And they're like, oh God, I need to take a bath.
I'm disgusting.
Oh God, I feel like shit. Yeah.
There's cigarettes out in the hot tub.
Yeah. Anyway, guys.
I'm
out of here. Wait, are you grossed out typically by a hot tub?
No, I think it's just the way it looks. It's also like the camera doesn't make it look nice at night. Like
humid.
It looks humid. Everyone looks so tired.
It's such a mixed bag of people. I can't imagine wanting to be naked in water with any of those people, or like near naked.
I'm doing the gym
and that's
shorts.
Where we all differ, because something about it feels a little sexy to me. I'll be honest with you. It feels a little bit like at summer camp when you're doing you know what? I never went to summer camp because I went to like drama day camp or whatever dumb shit. But it reminds me of, you know, when you're like, are we gonna hook up like before you hook up with someone? It's like that. That's what the Top Chef hot tub energy is to me. Yeah. So I imagine just being in there and being like, well, we're also like amped on like competition and like we're like,
oh my God.
So
14 people and you're like, it's on.
Yeah.
Hey, it's on.
That is what it feels like.
I get that. I think for me, I would have been the nervous one that's just dipping my legs in. And
totally.
I used to wear like gym shorts to all my friends, like whatever parties, and like keep my t-shirt on over my bathing suit top. So I would have just kind of hoped that like someone saw through that and was like, hey, I still have a crush on you.
And that's why Reika and I are the perfect combo, because I would have gotten in and be like, should we all, I don't know, like take our tops off and our bottoms off?
And I would have been like, you want me to take both my tops off?
Like, is that crazy? And I would really reach out to Reika.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, at that age, I really would have needed somebody to help me.
Whoa, you're signing up to Birdsong and being like, what's up? Is this on? Can I help you? There was a shot of that person with 2 circular brushes doing the mohawk as like everyone's getting ready moment, and I was just kind of like, whoa, that's so unfortunate.
I love it. Sorry, I want to hook up in the hot tub. Whatever, bye.
No.
Honestly, no, it's COVID. We all want to hook up in the hot tub.
That's the first place we're all going. Everyone in Talk Chef, we're going to a hot tub after COVID.
Yeah, anyone that's ever watched the show.
Everyone in the chat, hey, look.
Here's the address of the hot tub. Okay, so here are the rest of these dishes. We've got Brian Malarkey. He made scallops, shrimp, and sea bass sausage with a ginger slaw and a chili.
So this is a... Wait, never mind. Sorry.
No, go for it.
Okay. So my dad, he made a tasting menu. Right now he lives in Iowa, which is a very funny, like, random fact about him. We're all, like, I was born and raised in, like, kind of Southern California, more inland. So is my dad. He lives in Iowa now. He works at maybe an Italian restaurant. What's the guy up to? I don't know. But he did a tasting menu that when I went to go visit Iowa, everyone was like, your dad is so brilliant. It's so cool. We all went to this like wine pairing thing. And the thing everyone was raving about was a seafood sausage. And I want to text Ed and be like, did you get the idea for the seafood sausage? From Ryan Malarkey, 2007.
Wow, that's very cool.
But he sous vide like all of these like seafood sausages that he like hand ground and like packed into sausage casings.
Have you tried one?
No, I missed the tasting thing by like a week, which was so annoying.
Damn, that sounds great.
Yeah. But this guy he's done that twice now, right? Or maybe I skipped ahead, but
Brian does a lot of stuff with seafood, and I want to say when he makes a return in another season, spoiler, that he maybe does it again. Maybe. I don't remember. He's a big seafood guy. Trey made a peach barbecue glazed salmon with a crab avocado salad. This sounds great. Apparently didn't taste good.
Sounds good.
Too salty. This guy can do it in his sleep.
Okay. Sandy made vanilla poached lobster with pancetta wrapped dates and a truffle slaw. I love dates, but
I mean the idea of there's a barbecue thing and the lesbian makes a date on a stick And she's like, hey, anyway, this is barbecue. It's like, oh, come on. Make ribs, baby girl. Like, come on.
But I will say,
you're
Sandy
right.
says
Actually,
one thing that's really sweet, where Sandy says, I've learned more in 2 nights on this show than I have in the rest of my career. And I was like, wow, what an incredible person, just really like taking an opportunity to learn. I was just like, that's so
Totally.
sweet and good.
He had only started cooking like a couple years before this, right?
Yeah. Yes.
She was like, she started as like a line cook, or is she just like for a job?
Promoted in like 2 months.
Yes. And then after this show, Top Chef hired her to be their like head food producer, head food stylist.
Whoa. Oh my God. Wait, I love that. Yeah, she was such a positive ray of like enthusiasm on the show, but it was just so funny that everyone was like, okay, she pre-cooked a date and then set it and warmed it on the grill. Just like, you fucker, there are cameras everywhere. You can't get away with that.
Okay, Hallie made Jamaican jerk pork with mango salad and citrus vinaigrette. I'm here for that. Joey made Korean barbecue chicken with charred corn, tofu, and bean sprout salad.
Did he?
I think that sounds good. The tofu and bean sprout salad seems like
that looked a little bit.
It looks like it had no seasoning on it.
I don't like bean sprouts.
I love bean sprouts, but this looked like it had no seasoning.
Tofu and bean sprouts, that's kind of, that's a texture moment, I guess. Yeah, it didn't look good though. Yeah,
very watery in my mind.
And then he said something because during this, was it CJ that took the drink idea? No, it was
Hung.
It was Hung. Sorry, Hung took the drink idea, and Joey was really mad. And he was like, "This guy can't hang in New York. That's why he lives in Las Vegas." And I was like, "Dear God."
Yeah, and then he said he's gonna get him a pair of knee pads.
Yeah, because he's gonna be kissing ass.
And I was like,
or sucking dick. I
wasn't sure. I was like,
football.
I was like, or I also was like, is Joey saying he's gonna bend him over? Like, I was like, what is it? Felt really wild.
Yeah,
it felt very early 2000s. Is my audio insane?
No, you're fine.
Oh my God, gorgeous. Okay, cool. No, the knee pads thing felt very like homophobic early 2000s shit, where it's just kind of like dick sucking dick. You suck a dick. I love it. Like you're like, whoa.
This is like with Joey, he hasn't said anything like so inflammatory yet, but he feels like he's a stone's throw away from a slur.
Yeah,
and maybe that's weird to say.
No, it's real. It's real.
If
the cameras weren't on,
he's circling.
None of his dishes were good enough. I really wanted him to be so good and just be kind of like this like outsider to the culinary world.
Yeah, but he wanted something that was there. Yeah.
I wanted a natural wine obsessed guy who seems really uncultured.
Yes.
But turns out that's my perfect.
your intersection. Hung then made this watermelon champagne, flank steak with grilled corn, salad, and bagel chips.
That was the crazy part.
Weird, but I would eat it.
I didn't see the bagel chip in the shot though.
I wonder if it's like some fucking like crouton-esque type situation, or like
whoa,
hidden.
And we'll never know what Sarah and Dale made. So, and then fucking, what the hell? Who said this? I didn't even attribute the quote. Two people are arguing. Is it Joey and Howie or Joey and it's Joey and somebody? But he says, you're bitching like a little girl, right? Someone says that.
Is that like in the elimination, they go into it and then they get back?
I think so. Yeah,
there's a lot of talk about like being a man, being a little girl, which once again, I think kind of contributes to that. Like, I'm like, this feels homophobic in a way.
Yes.
Yeah, or at least sexist.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So on the bottom, we have Joey and Trey and Sandy. And then on the top, we have Sarah Wen, and Malarkey and Micah. The winner is Malarkey. Eliminated is Sandy.
Just Wait, who's Malarkey again? I'm completely blanking.
Brian Malarkey. In later seasons, he's just called he's seafood sausage dad. He's your dad.
Oh, right. Oh, okay, yeah. He just looks like everyone I've ever went to college with in San Diego.
Oh, perfect.
He's from San Diego.
He is from San Diego. He's very like a shiny, like his vibe. If you watch him in season 17, his vibe is so different. He like knows how to be on camera, and he's very like
whoa.
Yeah, I feel like it's similar but enhanced a lot. Like you can tell. But after this, he ends up like opening a bunch of restaurants and becoming kind of like a restaurateur.
He opens like 24 restaurants or something.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I think a lot of people know how to like sell and like put on a little show.
Yes, absolutely.
He seems like straight out of like Blink 182 on this show. Like you're just like, who's this guy?
Sure.
And you go, that's Mark Hoppus.
And then you go, that's Mark Hoppus on Top Chef making seafood anytime he can.
So switching gears right to episode 4, we're plowing.
Let's do it.
Quick fire. Dig in a fish tank for seafood.
Everyone hates Hong. He's such a fucking fucker.
Okay. So this crawfish falling on the floor moment, I did think like, just pick it up and put it in your basket.
Yeah.
I don't really get it. I also do think that their reaction was as if he stabbed somebody, like Padma, with a knife or something.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's like we've talked about in other episodes, and that I think people already feel like he's a little bit inconsiderate in the kitchen. And then to do that, and then they're like, oh, you dropped it. And he just goes, I didn't need it, or whatever. And everyone's like, okay.
Yes.
I also think there's some, I don't know. I grew up eating crawfish, and you put it all live into a big hot pot of water and it dies, and then you suck all the juice out of its tiny body. So it's not necessarily that I'm a crawfish activist, one might say, but there is something upsetting to me about like dropping something that's alive on the floor.
I think it's very unchefly and very that they always talk about like, you have to respect your ingredient. Like this radish, I really respect this radish. Yes. So I'm going to really cut this radish with respect. And it is a little like, what are we talking about? But this is probably one of the most obvious uses of it, where it's like, yeah, you don't really respect the animals. Like if you just like let it fall on the ground and they're like, yeah, fuck it.
I got kind of a vibe of him being like, I'm not in the position that cleans. I'm higher than that. And I think that that's not crazy to be like, oh, okay, yeah, there's a delineation in the kitchen. There are people who clean and there are people who cook.
Sure. I think it's weird because in Top Chef, you sort of are both. Like everyone has to clean their ends. Like they'll dock you points for having a messy station sometimes. So anyway, a debate, surely. So they have 30 minutes to cook something with this like fresh seafood. So here's what they make. CJ makes pan roasted fruits de mer, sauteed cauliflower with saffron, paprika, vinaigrette, and olives. Oh, there's me.
I don't know what fruits de mer is. Is it like a myriad of seafood?
I thought mer was like fruits of the ocean. So I assumed.
So is it just like multiple different types of fish, or is that a specific type of fish? I wasn't sure.
I was assuming it was multiple types of fish, but you know, if someone in the chat knows, tell us. Otherwise, I'm just going to assume it's bananas trapped in the ocean.
The Kalamata olives really did take me out of it. I was kind of like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, Kalamata olives in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. Casey made linguine with scallops, mussels, cockles, and cilantro on like bread, and then some sort of truffle butter. It sounded good.
Truffle butter, yeah.
I will say, falling into the same territory as last week's dishes, where it is simply a jumble of words. There are so many components on all of these dishes. I can't really tell where one thing ends and begins. Trey made shellfish poached in fish stock, butter, and chive oil with summer corn and grilled leek compote. Hi, Trey. Corn.
Really fucking good. I thought that the oil, that's way ahead of its time. I feel like that became a really big thing later. It's kind of like an herb infused oil, like blast of flavor. And I was like, oh, whoa, cool. Early 2000s and Trey's doing.
Yeah, it is cool to see like food trends begin on shows like this.
Yeah.
We'll never know what Sarah made. Micah made a conch salad, ceviche style, with sour orange, finished with sky juice.
Oh yeah, wait, that was another crazy thing where she was kind of like, it just, I don't know. Yeah, it was that was hard for me.
Yes. So I didn't actually Google sky juice before, but I looked it up and it's just like a coconut milk thing. So that sounds fine.
Totally.
Yeah. Was someone gonna say something? Okay, great. Malarkey made, he paired his with wine. So he had a Three Rivers wine, and then he paired it with butter, garlic, and chives on clams, scallops, mussels, crawfish, mignonette, and a conch toast.
This looked so fucking good. It made me so sad about COVID. Cause like I think I could shuck an oyster like if I had that knife, but it feels insane to be in my like low-key dirty kitchen eating like an oyster. Like it was just so plated and I was like, oh yeah, oysters. Like fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, his looked really good.
That did look good. Leah made a raw bay scallop, dry fig, and lemon zest with cockle, tomato water, capellini, and crawfish. Again, how one thing begins and ends. This looked good.
Yeah. Was that the one where they like did the cut that made her seem crazy? Like she just kept talking about what was in the dish?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. Because they do that a lot.
Great.
Laura made cornmeal crusted conch with crayfish butter. That sounds great to me, but maybe
incredible.
You say no, Jordan.
Okay. Cornmeal crusted conch. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
They were saying that the conch was hard to work with. Someone was saying like
it's often hard for people to get it out of the shell. And then
with that spiral weird, like, yeah.
Yeah, and the easiest way to do it is to pour boiling hot water into it, and then it pulls right out. But most people don't know that. And I like conch in a fritter, and I like conch in a ceviche type style.
Whoa.
But I don't know, just fried by itself. I'm like, would it be chewy? But I don't know. So I'm
cornmeal crusted with a fried or like a pan fried. I'm just kind of like, that will be good. It will taste a little bit like a Frito. Like
I think it's probably just like a Bahama-ian Frito.
Okay.
Bahama Frito?
Yeah, I think it's just a Bahama Frito.
My new Instagram handle.
Your Finsta. Okay. Yeah. Camille makes crayfish and mussels in a hibiscus like tea infused sauce. I'm all for like a tea infused sauce. I don't know what seafood tastes like to begin with. So marrying these two in my mind is a little difficult. So
the judge was so annoying to me, being like, the tea took over. I was like, that's a pretty cool idea. I think hibiscus would go well with this. I thought she got the shaft.
Yes.
I thought she got the conch.
I think she got the conch. Hong made East and West curry. So it was the heads and the bellies of the scallops and mussels with bread for dipping. I thought this looked great. I think the comment of there is too much bread is always so stupid. And I understand that a chef is supposed, like, if he gave you a whole loaf of bread, I guess it's like, yes, don't do that. If the bread is like slightly too big, I'm like, then don't eat all the bread. What the fuck?
This seemed like another moment of like that man and Hung across the room in the hotel lobby had locked eyes and kind of done that like, what's up thing.
You think Hung is up with all these judges right before?
It's the same judge. It's the same like shady ass judge.
Incredible. Okay, and then we'll never know what Joey made. And then Dale made spicy Italian sausage and scallops with a sunny side up egg. That sounds good. It doesn't sound particularly impressive, but
the egg was weird to me. When people add eggs, I'm like, what?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. That's a lot of protein.
I like it.
All these dishes have too much stuff. Like some of them I'm like, why? You can't appreciate anything. It's like cockles and scallops and crawfish. I'm like, those all have kind of a different flavor. Yeah, I don't necessarily complement each other. So I'm like, this sounds good. I'd eat it. But a lot of it felt like kind of out of necessity for the challenge.
Again, I cannot tell where like certain elements of these dishes end and begin because there's so much crap. So the last one is Howie made a ceviche of scallops, crayfish, mussels, and with crispy plantain and greens on top.
That's what I was gonna say, is like, that was like the very like, we're actually gonna use the fish and this is how it should be made, with like this kind of fried egg.
Yes.
I mean, Reka, I know you love a fried egg.
I love a little fried egg.
Would you call yourself an egg slut?
Yes.
Would you wait in line for 2 hours at egg slut?
Yes, egg slut, love it.
No, but I just thought like, I thought that was really good. Wait, okay, so I was confused on the judges. This is the judge that hooked up with Hung in.
Oh, so you don't think the episode 3 judge hooked up with Hung?
No, the episode 3 judge definitely also did. But this is the person that they were like, he's the plating master. His plates look like the Sistine Chapel. So then when he was like, your bread is too big, I was like, oh, that's like a plating flex.
I see. And you think that might also relate to a previous encounter they had?
Yeah, and this was the small little man who needs to go have a lemonade somewhere.
Okay, so everybody strike from the record. This is the small man that needs to have a lemonade.
This is the man. Bring lemonade. Yeah.
You can take the lemonade from the other guy and give it to this guy.
This wasn't a citrus challenge, but he still needs a lemonade.
Easily, Beautiful. So on the bottom are Micah, Camille, and Trey. On the top are Howie, Malarkey, and CJ, and Malarkey takes the win. So the elimination challenge is the thing we were kind of alluding to before, is do an update on homey American dishes, but with like lower cholesterol in your update.
That part was crazy, but okay, yeah.
Yes, $75 to serve 2 generations of Elks Club people. I was like, how many people is that? I'm sure they get more information. I'm like, is that 70 people? I don't understand.
Generations.
What? You have to serve one building. Like, how many buildings? I don't know.
This was crazy to me personally, because I had just tried to watch Drew Carey show again recently, and I started from like the first season, and like the plot of like the first or second episode is like Drew Carey goes with his dad to the Elks Club, and they're all racist, and he's trying to get his dad to quit this like club. Yeah. No, it's so crazy. And then they were like, we're going to the Elks Club, and I was like, don't. Let them have as much cholesterol as they want.
I mean, yes.
I'm sure that's true. They do serve people that now, in different seasons, like there's multiple cop challenges.
Oh,
there's like, would not do it today, I don't think. There's other ones too where I'm like, this feels not great.
Yes.
Whoa, crazy. Yeah, it just, I mean, I guess with like they were like, the heartland of America needs to address its cholesterol problem. Oh, and then Howie was like, my dad passed away or whatever.
I don't mind challenges like this that are like, because it still feels like you can be creative. I think the trouble is with the challenge like this is like people, like Tom said, stay very literal to like whatever the original dish was, so they don't actually get creative. So then the only thing that is done is that it is made healthier and probably a little less tasty.
I think two things about that. I think people also decide, I mean, you heard everyone at the beginning of the challenge, they were like, this sucks, this is disgusting, all of these things are disgusting, blah blah, which I'm like, you're not gonna do a good job if you're talking about it like that already, right? Like, embrace the thing. You have like the thing, you know what I mean? Like, find the good in it.
Like, no inspiration there. Yeah, totally.
About it. How can I recreate that? And then also this challenge feels very early to mid 2000s for me, because there is such an emphasis in so many of these early seasons on like healthy, just like vaguely like, how do we make it more healthy? That was like such a big thing.
And how, I mean, oh, go ahead.
Did you guys know that lobster was high in cholesterol? That was like cardinal sin. What?
Well,
I did. Because it's like shrimp, and shrimp is high in cholesterol.
And Jordan had to went on
a no idea
because she had too much shrimp in her body.
When I was a child, a doctor put me on I was living in New Orleans, and a doctor put me on a specialized diet where I couldn't have shrimp anymore because, well, I was eating shrimp for every meal, and my cholesterol was that of an adult man who ate McDonald's every day.
Yes. So
that's how I know, God.
So yeah,
I know.
Wow.
So to me, the thing that I also don't like about healthy challenges that we've talked about in previous episodes is like a lot of the times, and at least this one didn't do this precisely, but a lot of times like healthy just means like less calories on this show, which is like
exactly
weird encountery, like, and
it's like, hey, ain't nobody gonna get healthy doing that kind of shit and worrying about that. It's like, just
totally
make your vegetables taste good.
Okay, follow-up question though, did any of you know what chicken a la king was?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I've never heard that dish.
I've definitely looked it up, but I can never. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Creamy chicken? What is it? Chicken and rice?
Diced chicken in a cream sauce with like vegetables served over rice or noodles. So it's like, is this rude? It's like hamburger helper.
That's rude. Don't say
hamburger
that.
Helper is delicious.
Rika, that's so rude. This is the king's chicken. Don't say that about it.
There was do you guys remember this jar? Oh God, LOL. I start off being like, my dad was a chef. But anyway, there's this jar called Chicken Tonight. Did you guys grow up with this?
I've heard of Chicken Tonight. I've never had it.
It's a jar of sauce that you add to a chicken while you're cooking it. And then like, and we just had so many jars of this like gross ass whatever sauce that it's like, yeah, it's hamburger helper-esque.
Can I say that I'm looking at pictures of Chicken Tonight.
Looking at pictures of chicken tonight.
Yeah, tonight I will be looking at pictures of chicken. It looked the name of the sauce is a little sexy. Like,
yeah,
what is it?
I put
chicken
it in
unplugged.
Yeah.
Oh, chicken tonight. Yeah, that is kind of hot.
Chicken unrated tonight.
Yeah, wait. I'll share. I'll share my screen. I think otherwise it's rude.
Oh, you know what though? It's also in a sexy font. That's what Rika's failing to mention.
I think that's what I'm responding to.
Yeah, it says tonight.
It is
kind of a wavy font that's
underlined.
It feels like there's an emphasis on tonight.
And I feel like the brand keeps updating to be a little sexier each year.
I actually do get that, Rika. I'm not even kidding. I do.
I get it. I'm like this. I'm like, holy shit.
It looks like a motel, like there are vacancies sign.
Yes,
kind of like
really does.
Chicken Tonight.
That's the exact energy it has.
It does, and it's like flashing, and there's like a eye. I don't know. I feel hot. Okay.
That was one of my early sexual experiences was looking at a Chicken Tonight can of like tikka masala Chicken Tonight. That's absolutely going to be not good.
Incredible. Okay, wow. So the rest of these dishes are the dishes that they made. Sorry, backtracking a little bit. This is where the hot tub moment happens, and I went, ew. And I will say a little curious moment. So they get assigned their dishes, and then afterward, Padma is like, by the way, you're cooking this for 2 generations of people at the Elks Club. Then in the talking heads, Leah's like, well, I chose Franken beans.
Thank you.
I thought the people at the Elks Club might like it. I'm like,
I literally wrote this in my notes. Also, bullshit artist.
According to the edit, you did not know who you were serving when you picked Franken beans.
Mm-mm.
Okay, Now I'm not saying get Ronan Farrow on the case, but I'm also saying...
I would read that book on an airplane and cry around strangers.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, honestly, I thought her like the lentils dish or whatever was so gross and like not okay. And of course, like I know the whole point was like she had so much time, all she did was undercook lentils, but yeah, she could have done way more with that. Like the whole point of the beans is that they have like literally like ketchup in them. It's like sweet beans. And then to have like a lentil instead, it's like you went too far in the health direction.
Yes.
And a lentil is not healthier than a bean. Like what? Like that's what we're just making up health science in these episodes. Yeah. Where I'm like, what are you even talking about?
Well, actually, lentils contain 200% of your daily vitamin C and can fight off cancer.
Wait, what's up? Whoa, hold on. So you were just possessed. You were just possessed by the lentil god.
Yeah, it's just like it's stupid. And they're all like wildly using olive oil to cook.
Yes. And like, if you're talking, it's just, it's inconsistent and it's confusing. And it's like, okay, so you're like, I didn't use any butter or oil, but I did use a fucking fatty ass sausage. Okay. I don't know. What do we,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There was one like shady, I forget who was being so shady, but they were like, all of these people getting cheese, like watch everyone who's here getting cheese. This is supposed to be healthy. And then that never came up again. But I was like,
cheese is fine. It's just don't.
They went, yeah, I think they traveled too far because like the dishes that they were given were like pretty insanely unhealthy, very like heavy cream, tuna casserole, like you kind of could have eased up even just a little bit and made something really fucking cool with tuna. Your flaxseed thing, like the judges like that, and I was like, that's stupid.
Okay, Allie, that is actually offensive to me because I did love the flaxseed thing because everyone on this live stream knows I like anything that will make me shit.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Some chia seeds, some pumpkin.
Yeah. Some flax. Anything that will make me shit immediately.
Some macaroni and cheese and a double latte.
Oh, interesting. To me, that's a shit. Like that's like a shit. You're taking a walk down, freaking Western Avenue, and then you're like, oh my god, I have to shit, and you have to run into your garden.
Isn't that what you want? You have to run into. Wait, what's the like? Fuck, never mind. Okay, sorry. There's like some like trendy ass like.
Electric Owl.
Vermont, that restaurant.
Figaro Bistro?
No, my brother bartended there forever. No, like all-nighter.
All time,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can take a
having to take a shit in all time and having to pass like Pete Holmes.
Yeah.
Be like, I have to shit.
I did see Pete Holmes there once.
He lives there, okay? He fucking lives there.
Wow. Okay, this is actually incredible. Okay, wow. So these dishes, here are the dishes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, this live stream is to be unhinged.
Great. Okay, cool. That's all I do.
DJ made tuna casserole, and his like update on tuna casserole was tuna casserole is what the description said, with whole wheat pasta and yogurt topped with a flaxseed tuile and some sort of green sauce.
Absolutely fucking disgusting. No, whole wheat pasta and yogurt. Like, what is like? This feels like my mom torturing herself. My mom had some in. Wait, this is actually too sad.
Oh no! You don't know.
Okay, no. I was raised in a very like diet household. I feel like that's like very relatable, but. Sure. I talked about this with another improviser at UCB, but we both of our moms used this like fucking insane fad diet thing called Sensa that was a little shaker that you shake on your food, and it had two sides for like sweet and salty, and it makes you want to eat less. It's an appetite suppressant that you literally shake over your whole meal before you start eating so that you'll like stop at a normal time. Isn't that, wait, so you've heard of that?
I remember Sensa. Yeah, I'm trying to think of where, but I like definitely remember people using it and having it. Yeah. I remember the commercials for it. They were like infomercial type things for it.
Fucking crazy. My mom had that just like in her purse, in her cute little purse. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Yogurt and whole wheat pasta feels like that world. Where I'm like, French people are literally like taking shots of olive oil every morning, like, and being fine. Like,
yes.
Absolutely. This was disgusting. This looked disgusting.
It looked gross. The sauce definitely broke when he took that. That was bad. I'm here for a whole wheat pasta. Again, anything that makes you feel like I'm about to shit, I love. And I'm here for a green sauce. That sauce looks broken, but I would eat that flaxseed tuile. And
wait, Reka, have you ever had like what's the orange drink that is like all fiber and makes you shit?
Metamucil?
Yeah, are you a Metamucil drinker?
Oh, okay. I don't need it, Allie.
Sorry. Wow, the shit confidence on her. Oh my god.
I used to have to drink Metamucil that doesn't. So, okay, this is the thing. If you're constipated, you drink the Metamucil that like dissolves into the water, like a normal human can drink like a glass of it. If you have the opposite problem, like people I know, not me, where you have really bad diarrhea all the time, you have to have, it's not me, it's other people that I've met before. You have to have the Metamucil where you stir it into water and it immediately begins to solidify because it can't be soluble. It has to like live within your body. So you have to drink it as fast as possible or it essentially turns into like Jello.
It's like squand.
What?
It's like squand or something.
Yeah, it's gross. It's like a challenge.
What on earth are you talking about, Rick?
Squand. It's that like
fuck is squand? Don't you dare allow Reika to just say something. You're such a great co-host and friend. Don't you dare say yeah.
It's that sand. It's that sand that can't get wet. It like goes in the water. I went to a bad elementary school and they made us play with that so much. Squand. I'll put squand in the chat. Hold on.
Please. Oh, please. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what that is, but it does sound familiar to what my gastroenterologist has me drink.
Wait, I'll share it with the audience. So here's what squand is. Okay. Squand.
Oh my fucking God. Okay. I stand corrected. I do remember this and I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I came for you. Wow.
I just can't get it wet. How does it work?
I just can't get it wet. Oh my God. Little French boy.
It's one of the best sand toys ever made. Okay.
Wow.
Wait, but hold on. With the Metamucil, do you just knock it back immediately?
And you have to drink it as fast as you can. And I'm not a fast drinker, so it's always a problem for me. So I end up, it like solidifies. So then I add more water to it and stir it around and then it solidifies. And it ends up taking me like 6 hours to not fun. But it is medicine. And did it help anything? No, absolutely not. Of course I wouldn't.
No, Jordan's friend continues to have massive diarrhea.
Yeah, definitely.
So sick with something that a colonoscopy could not discover. And let's all keep Jordan's friend in your thoughts and
in my thoughts and my prayers. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so then Sarah gets chicken a la king, and this seems like a bridge too far. Here's the thing I don't like on this show: when somebody doesn't know what a dish is, they are not like allowed to like just like, what is that? And they're just sent off into a foggy abyss to go like make this, and they don't get phones, they don't get their internet, they can't look anything up. And for something like this, I'm like, this chicken a la king is not a modern dish. I do think you should just be able to be like, what is this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
She looked like she knew exactly what she was doing when she picked it, though. That's what threw me for a loop. Is she was like, "Yes, chicken a la king."
Fucking final.
Finally,
yeah, over tacos or fried chicken.
Yeah, truly insane. So what she ends up making is chicken skewers with a puree of mushroom sauce, couscous, and a watercress salad. I think this looked kind of it. I don't know shit about meat, but this meat didn't look cooked. And
this was the whole my
oven
turned off my oven.
Yeah.
Oven was on cool, a thing I've never heard of.
Well, apparently what it seems, if I'm piecing it together correctly, Hung had used the oven before and he turned it off when he was done, which seems like okay practice in general, but I can understand on a cooking show, I can understand both their points of view. Like, hey, we're all using one oven, just leave it on. But I can also understand like, yeah, you're used to turning the oven off when you are done.
In your house, but not as a professional chef.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, that is tricky. I wonder like if she looked to like clock what the temperature was at when she put her food in and it looked normal, but it was on its way down, that being super annoying.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
The next dish, Leah made grilled chicken sausage with Dijon lentils, carrots, and onions, and she did not make the sausage.
It sounds good, but they didn't like it.
I'll eat lentils
Yeah.
anytime.
The idea of having 2 hours and then making your own sausage is fucking stupid. Like they really like reamed her for not even making her own sausage, which I'm like, whatever.
Well, it's the
I don't
thing
know.
where like if she did it and it sucked, it would have been like, you only had 2 hours, just buy the
Yeah.
or just like
Yeah, totally.
They always do that. Dale made chicken and dumplings, and for his version, it was chicken filled potato dumplings with broccoli, horseradish, and celery root.
Big up.
I give 2 bigs ups.
His like instant mashed potatoes hack, loved it. And I love that even the judges were like, no one knew, so that's definitely okay.
Yeah, I think that's great.
But also, wait, I forgot just now, it was a rotisserie chicken. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. You see that a lot in the first few seasons. They just kind of pick up a lot of things and assemble them in a way that they would never, ever, ever use now.
Yes.
In more recent seasons.
Yeah.
Which season are we on now?
18.
Oh my god.
Allie,
wait, that's the one that's going to be in Portland?
Yes.
Wow, that
Allie,
wink.
You're so lucky. You get to watch 17 seasons of Top Chef.
I'm so lucky. I just tried to do a big RuPaul dip, and then I felt like I had only looked at my computer for days, and I needed to go hiking immediately.
Exactly.
It's just like, oh.
Exactly. Okay, Hung made, he got fried chicken, I believe. Yes. And he made skinless chicken marinated in yogurt and spices with pasta and vegetables. Oh, it's fried chicken and mac and cheese. That's what it was. I would eat this. This looked great.
That kind of like whatever that skin chip was. Oh, you like it?
I think I liked it.
You don't
a
like
little carpet sample of a skin chip, kind of like
that swatch of skin.
It was hard for me to get into any of them because they were so diet. I was just kind of like, you turned mac and cheese into what? Like,
yeah, he made like whole.
I
That
don't know.
one, I almost say at that point, for me, mac and cheese is about 2 things. It's like obviously the cheesy taste. For me, guys, you know me.
It's about 2 things.
Mac and cheese is about 2 things for me. For me.
It's about the cheese flavor, obviously, and then something creamy.
And then something about the mac.
And something mac. Okay. And that's just me, bitches. Okay, but for real, I do think if you aren't going to do either of those things with your pasta side, like reimagine it, because his was just like whole wheat with like little shreds of cheese. I'm like, this is neither creamy nor cheesy. Like,
yeah, make like, I think maybe this is just like an LA point of view, but like there's like vegan mac and cheese that's incredibly good using nutritional yeast, or like, I don't know. Yeah.
Think of like a nooch time 2007 was. Maybe
there's no nooch.
I was thinking like make a spaghetti, a cheesy spaghetti.
Yeah,
squash.
I was gonna say butternut squash
Totally.
sauce, like something that would
Totally.
cream well.
Whew.
Okay, so
Starving.
Sarah made fish and chips, and we don't get to know anything else about it. Micah made Italian style meatloaf with smashed garlic potatoes and roasted red pepper sauces. And
people wanted her ass. People wanted to eat her ass.
She said, I know Americans like to put ketchup on it. No judgment. What did you guys think of when she said that? Or if you thought anything
at all. I also don't have a particular attachment to meatloaf because my parents don't eat meat, so I didn't grow up eating meat. So maybe that hit. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like red meat or like all meat ever?
All meat. My parents eat seafood and that's it.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah, they're little freakos, but they so I had no attachment to meatloaf. Maybe this man has like a great attachment to meatloaf.
Yeah, he started basically crying when she said that.
He was about to cry. I think that to me felt like an edit moment where maybe she had like talked way more shit about it, and then that was the only thing he pulled, and it didn't quite track.
what the absolute fuck is this man talking?
Because her vibe was very like, this is disgusting, Americans are disgusting, which we're all like, we're also like ready for that feedback. Just like, yes, you're right, we're so gross.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, her meatloaf looked fucking disgusting. And people said the meat was crunchy. And like not in a good way. Like it was so gross looking. It looked so dry.
I also really have, I take
Served
issue.
like that in layers. Sorry, Rika.
Yes. Oh no, you're okay. Yeah, you're right. It looked like you know, at like a patisserie, there'll be like a tiramisu in like an acetate, circular acetate wrapper or whatever, and it'll be like a mini tiramisu. It looked like that, but it was meat and potatoes layers. Like
Totally.
entremet or something.
She made like a shepherd's pie. She
Yeah,
made like
yeah.
a really dry, shitty shepherd's pie,
Honestly,
and
the
it like wasn't good.
Yeah, it's true. Shepherd's pie might have been a better way to go with all of that.
Yeah. Delicious.
Malarkey then made a lobster and shrimp roll with lobster broth. That's not low cholesterol, but that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Camille made a beef and tuna taco, and we won't know anything else about that. Casey made sloppy Joe with apricot glaze. We just kind of went right over that. They really breezed through a bunch of these. And then Joey made a low cholesterol lasagna with turkey sausage, eggplant, and mushroom. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, totally. The tacos are a this for me.
Yeah.
What's the fuck is a tuna taco?
Isn't tuna
that
taco
low? What?
No, I feel like if you're at like a bougie place, you might get an ahi taco.
Yes.
With like seared ahi tuna with
Wait,
maybe
are
like
you talking about this is like chicken of the sea? Is this like a chicken?
but chicken of the sea, I would say I've never seen. And why? I think the biggest thing is why. If they were like, hey, do something new with a can of tuna, I might say, okay, a tuna taco, okay, we're trying something new. But why incorporate that if it's not
No one asked.
And
No one asked for that. Yeah.
Multiple times on Top Chef, people have the challenge to like reinvent a taco, and they'll be like, I did something fun. I did a soy glazed beef with like a cabbage slaw. Isn't that the craziest, coolest taco you've ever heard of? And it's like, what are you talking about?
I mean, was it before like were you guys in LA for like Kogi time?
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was
chasing the Twitter like Kogi food truck. I was like an intern in LA when I was still in college at some like internet comedy website and would chase the Kogi the Kogi thing
what
around.
website are you allowed to say?
Current TV. Do you guys remember that? Yeah.
Sergio Silly.
Yes. Yeah. I worked for White Hot Top 5. Yeah, I worked for all of those.
Wow, very cool.
Yes.
Yes, I do remember that. I was in high school, and I did my last 2 years of high school out here. And I remember that I was at, like the Nom Nom truck was another big one that did like bunnies.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
More little dishes here. Trey made roast chicken cordon bleu with bluefoot chanterelles, asparagus, and a parsnip sauce. You know I'm here for a parsnip sauce. And then Howie made fennel crusted pork chop with apple fennel salad and sultana raisin emulsion.
I mean, that was very cool to make a slaw. That was kind of the only innovative moment of any of it.
Absolutely.
It looked like the only dish that you would see in a restaurant today.
Yes.
Totally.
Well, maybe Gail's dish, but
yes.
Howie's really
and also using pork, I was kind of like, everyone's like jumping on this lobster thing that I've simply never heard of as being full of cholesterol, and this guy's using pork, which I thought was more cholesterol. I don't know.
All animals have cholesterol. I don't know.
Really deep.
When you think about it, dude, I don't know where they rank. Pop it in the chat if you have like the hierarchy of cholesterol for him.
Pop it get in the chat.
Get in the chat, get at us. Tweet at Jordan specifically. You don't need to tell me. I don't really care. But
yeah, just let me know.
So at judges table on the bottom is CJ, Malarkey, Leah, Micah, and Sarah. A lot of people on the bottom. And then on top is Dale and Howie. And the winner is Howie. And eliminated is Micah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Wow, brutal. Ooh, that one hurt. So yeah, I mean, what What a crazy 2 episodes, right? Or like a neutral 2 episodes.
So great. I mean, that was my intro to Top Chef. I definitely want to keep watching from that. I skipped forward to the rest of this season.
Beautiful. We only want to hook people into Top Chef through this. We should be paid to advertise.
Yeah, definitely.
So wonderful. So Allie, we usually end these episodes by pitting the winning dish on the show with a winning dish you conceive of. So obviously 2 episodes. So we'll have you choose which dish you'd like to compete against. So would you like to compete against your dad's scallop, shrimp, and sea bass sausage with ginger slaw and chili glaze, or with a fennel crusted pork chop with apple fennel salad and a sultana raisin emulsion?
Let's take down my dad.
Okay, we're gonna finally take down Allie's dad.
Finally, the massive takedown we've all wanted.
Yeah.
The sweet man living in Iowa
eviscerates, absolutely destroys Edward. Okay, so great, Allie. If you were given a high-end barbecue challenge, and you were competing against Malarkey's seafood sausage, what would you make?
Okay. I have my go-to grill thing. And I know that this isn't barbecue because this is more grill.
It's okay. Nobody else barbecue.
Exactly. So I do a 50-50 blend of pork and ground pork, ground beef. Mix them together. And then I put chili, ginger, onion, a little bit of hoisin sauce, very small, just to bind it. And then I make this kind of like almost like Thai burger. And then I make a fish sauce, lime juice, sugar, chili, cilantro kind of thing. And then I make my own homemade pickles with like long strands of cucumber. So I would do some sort of like gorgeous top. And then some like hoisin sauce, some scallions, that fish sauce over it. And then it's like a burger. Or wrapped in lettuce, which is what I do because I recently found out I have celiacs.
You have celiacs?
I found out during quarantine. I was like, why is my body revolting? And why has this been happening for a year? I have celiacs of the skin. Who knew?
Wow. Sorry, does that mean
so anyway.
Your skin?
It's called something else. God, I wish I could remember what it's called. Tendinitis. No, of course not. Something itis, something hemorrhoid. Look, it's called hemorrhoids. No, I
have celiacs. That means I get polyps in my asshole.
It was called something that kind of low-key sounded like an STD, and I was like, oh, of course. But no, it's like celiac affects your stomach, and whatever the version of that is for like your skin, which is also an organ. That's what I have.
Wow,
crazy. It's like a late 20s onset disease that you can just all of a sudden have, and it just all of a sudden like my skin was like exploding. I had like these insane things on like elbows and knees, and I just was kind of like, I went to like 3 dermatologists. I was using all of this like steroid cream and it was not working. And then I went on Reddit and people were like, oh yeah, just stop eating gluten. And 3 days later it completely cleared up. It had been a year of like insane skin rash.
God.
Yeah. So anyway, my gorgeous burger will go in a lettuce wrap.
Wow. Wow, that's beautiful. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Talk Chef. Remember our charity, the Hollywood Food Coalition, will be taking donations for 24 hours in Jordan's Venmo. I just popped her handle in the chat at JORDANMYR1CK. Any amount counts. I think we tabulated it. I'm sorry, I forget every single time, but the statistic is like $3 feeds up. Isn't it like how many people?
I don't remember if it's a bunch of people, but what I'll say is the food, you're getting a nice hot meal. We usually get to seconds and thirds. You get like a fully plated meal. We also have vegetarian options for people who don't eat meat. We really try to accommodate everybody, and like the food is good. I've eaten it. The food is good.
Cool.
Absolutely. And with that, we have one last thing, Allie, which is to say that you are Top Chef.
Oh my God. Wow. Thank you.
You win a giant hefty bag, a station at the Food and Wine Festival in Aspen.
In Aspen?
Aspen!
Believe?
Can you believe? In
I can't
COVID.
believe.
In COVID.
Me on a hot air balloon in Aspen during COVID, just coughing, touching my skin.
Awful. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and join us next week. We're going to be doing something a little bit different for the next few episodes. We're going to be doing 2 Top Chef episodes in each Talk Chef episode. So if you're watching with us, be sure to watch double, okay?
Double up.
Double up, babies.
Wow.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Bye.
Thanks